Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by Clinton High School's JROTC Color Guard. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem. You may now be seated.
Let's bow our heads. Dear God, thank you for bringing us all together today to celebrate our special moment. Thank you for our families, teachers, and friends, and all of their dedication and support, even when we didn't deserve it. Bless us and watch over us as we begin our next adventures. In your name we pray, amen.
Before we begin our festivities, I would be remiss if I did not mention the awful tragedy that happened at Robb Elementary School in Texas. I know all of our hearts go out to all of those involved, and please remember those folks in your thoughts and prayers. I want to say a special thank you for all the support given by our Superintendent, Dr. David O'Shields, our board members, our district office, and of course the Clinton High School teachers and staff. Parents, I also want to thank you for allowing us to work with your children, because if they weren't here, we wouldn't have a job. And I also want to thank you for all the support that you have given us over all the years that they've been in school. Also, a special thanks to Ms. Sally Wiggins, our senior counselor. She's the catalyst for this whole production, and without her, this wouldn't be going on. And again, just thanks to all of you, we wouldn't be standing here without you. Now, for the featured guests of today's program and the reason that we're here, good morning, class of 2022. Now, I know you thought this day would never get here, but here we are. It seems like yesterday we were beginning school, August 17th, and we all looked at that graduation countdown clock, and it had over 200 days before we'd get to graduation. And now we're at this final moment. I remember when you guys entered CHS 4 years ago as scared freshmen, not quite sure of what the next 4 years would hold. You've dealt with the lasting effects of COVID, such as lost sports seasons, lapses in being in class, and of course the constant phone messages from me reporting what was going on. But you found a way to make lemonade out of lemons, and here we are. Seniors, you have spent the last 13 years trying to figure out who you are. FYI, you can't Google that and find an answer, okay? Now, some of you know what you want to do with the rest of your life, and I can hear those parents breathing a big sigh of relief with that. However, some of you are not quite sure what you want to be when you grow up, and that is okay. Of course, your parents may not think it's okay because they need you to get a job and take care of yourself. The key takeaway here is find your passion, and you know the saying, if you do something you love, you will never work a day in your life. Seriously, all that stands between you and the top of the ladder is the ladder. All you have to do is begin climbing, and whatever you do, do not look down or do not look back. Keep moving up. Now, along this ladder journey, there will be many tempting rungs or places for you to stop and hang out. You may stop for a brief moment, but you got to keep reaching for the top. And because you are about to walk across this stage, I can promise you that you have what it takes to make it to the top of your individual ladder. You have shown that you have the fortitude to get through any obstacle, because you guys have been thrown a lot of obstacles over the last 4 years. And there is one promise that I can make to each of you. Each of you will always be a Red Devil for the rest of your life. Take pride in that fact. You are a Clinton High Red Devil graduate, or almost, okay? That's an exclusive club that you are now a part of forever. Cherish that. Guys, there are things I am going to miss. I'm going to miss each and every one of you. I'm going to miss watching a lot of you hanging out in the Commons area just hoping to see that special someone. And y'all know who I'm talking about that does that. I'm going to miss watching you compete on the tennis court, the basketball court, whatever field it may be, football, soccer, baseball, and softball. I'm going to hear many of you playing in the van. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss browsing through your art work, always amazed at a lot of the talent that we have here. I'm going to miss watching you work in the robotics lab. I will miss seeing you guys fired up for a Friday night. I just told Miss Jacobs, she asked me what was special about this class. I said, this class has always shown up and shown out, and you have. I'm going to miss watching you walk in the prom and not quite knowing who you are, because I'm used to seeing you in sweatpants, and here you are all dressed up. I'm also going to miss watching you sign your letters of intent to go to college, or watch you join the military, or whatever it may be, joining the workforce. You probably won't miss this, but I'm going to miss asking, where's your ID? I'm going to miss, guys, I'm going to miss you leading this school, because you have led this school. You are my leaders every single day. Lastly, I'm going to miss those smiles that I saw last week when we were doing the elementary walk. That makes it all worthwhile. I expect big things from this class. I know a number of you will be educators, some will be soldiers, business people, mechanics, welders, moms and dads. Whatever you decide to do, make sure it is your passion, and do not stop climbing on that ladder till you get to the top. Now, I'm going to leave you with this quote from Michael Josephson, because you know every graduation speech has to have a quote, okay? Take pride in how far you've come, have faith in how far you can go, and don't forget to enjoy the journey. Enjoy it, guys. Your life is just about to begin. And remember this as well. You will always be a part of the Red Devil family. Lastly, I want you to know that it has been my honor to serve as your principal. Thank you, class of 2022. One more thing before Joey comes up here. I think you all know how important it is that we hear every child's name. We want that experience for each and every one of these students. They deserve that time in the spotlight. And with that in mind, I'm going to do something that I began 2 years ago. Parents, friends, family, graduates, right now I want you to yell and scream, get it out of your system so that when we call names, we can hear the names, and then we'll celebrate again. So let's do it.
Good morning. My name is Ardelt. I'd first like to take a moment to thank the Clinton High School teachers and faculty for guiding us through these 4 years of school, our coaches for always believing in our student athletes, and of course our parents and support systems for helping us become the young adults that we are today. We truly are grateful for these people, and we would not be here without you. Class of 2022, we come here today to celebrate your accomplishments. We made it. We made it through 4 years of early mornings and late afternoons. We made it through the stress of every exam and every test. We made it through every challenge up to this point, and now we can look back and reflect on our time at Clinton High. In these 4 years, we've watched each other grow. We've experienced several global crises. We saw the emergence of TikTok, and we even saw Kanye West run for president. We also got to have our fair share of fun. We beat Lawrence in multiple sporting occasions throughout the year. We spent time building relationships and friendships to last a lifetime. And of course, we inhaled way too much baby powder at all of our football games. Oftentimes, my friends and I talk about how insane freshman year was. Looking back, we really did some head-scratching things. Once, one of my friends hid inside a podium before the teacher came into the room, only to pop up behind them 30 minutes later and ask to use the restroom. The teacher let him go without a second thought. Another time, a different friend would take the IP addresses from different teachers' printers, and he'd print ridiculous pictures from across the school building. Needless to say, he did end up getting caught. In one class, we would take as many rubber bands as we could, and we'd have rubber band wars across the class while the teacher wasn't looking. Not to mention, anytime my friends would see each other in the hallways, we would try our best to sneak up behind them and smack the back of each other's necks as hard as we could, which eventually led to some angry situations. I don't tell you these things as a confession of all of our poor decisions, but I tell you this because at the time, we only wished to be older. We couldn't wait until we could drive on our own. We wanted to be able to hang out late into the night without a curfew from our parents. And we wanted high school to end as quickly as possible. Little did we know, even though we had good reason to be excited for the future, when we got there, we would be reminiscing about the times when we were younger. This brings us to today. One day, you will miss today. And when that day comes, do not make the mistake of overlooking the present. As Andy Bernard once said, I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you've actually left them. When we were entering high school, we were oftentimes too busy, caught up in the future, instead of taking a step back and being present now. Instead of always wishing for something new, take a moment to cherish where you are, because you'll never be able to go back to today. After 4 years of being in the same building every day, the hard truth is that we will all go our separate ways in life. So as this summer and the next chapter of your life approaches, make sure to be present and appreciate the moments as they come. As we look to the future, we will face a world of opportunities and challenges. However, I feel more than confident that you will be prepared to face these challenges as they come. It's very easy to be scared or even overwhelmed from not knowing what is to come, but before you know it, you'll be on to your next step in life. Let your experiences and challenges shape you and allow you to grow into a better person. Clinton High School has brought us all together in unconventional ways through our shared experiences. If these walls could talk, they would remind us of the connections we built with our teachers and our peers. If these walls could talk, they would remind us of how much we've grown and how much we've changed during these 4 years. If these walls could talk, they would remind us that Clinton High School will forever be our home, no matter where life takes us. If these walls could talk, they would remind us to appreciate the important moments before they are gone. With that being said, Class of 2022, I once again congratulate you. You will soon be on to bigger and better things. Thank you and good luck on all that is to come.
At this time, I would like to ask the front row to line up at the side of the stage. Anna Caroline Watson. Mary Austin Adair. Natiana Asaya Robinson. Grace Adair Wiggins. Campbell Hart Atkinson. Jennifer Zoe Whiteford. Alexa Kate Ordonez Bagwell. Madeline Marie Wood. Joseph Lewis Ardelt. Peregrine Isaac Darden. Jalen Michael Alexander. Alexander Alvarez. Erntez Jaquel Anderson. James Timothy Anderson. Laquana Zalika Anderson. Isis Shintara Atkinson. Christia Tanique Austin. Kevin Stephen Avery Jr. Devin Trayvon Bailey. David Allen Baker, Jr. Paula Adriana Barcenas. Herman Jr. Beckford. William Miles Bennett. Colin Ashby Bentley. Addison Lee Bledsoe. Xavier Amar Bluford. William Christopher Bond. Deasia Jaleisha Shantiria Boyd. Nakisha Shanice Amour Boyd. Emily Elizabeth Bridgman. Jada Love Briley. Alexis Marie Brown. Alexis Michaela Zanae Brown. Jabori Deshawn Brown. Robert Justin Bryson. Mackenzie Diane Buchanan. Bryce Kendall Butkus. Iman Naheem Campbell. Chandler Lee Cannon. Kaylee Danielle Cannon. Kinsley Mache Cash. Caitlin Nicole Kaufman. Javon Rashad Coleman. Ashton Edward Collins. Rogelio Contreras Hernandez, Jr. Alzavion Quintez Cook. Robert Thomas Corley. Kaylin Ann Craven. Devin Sean Crompton. Elise Savannah Culbreth. Abigail Grace Cunningham. Russell Leon David III. Mackenzie Alexis Ellis. Kenneth Lane Evans. Zachary Blaze Fitty. Preston Vaughn Finley. Sarah Madison Floyd. Susanna Marie Frazier. Isabella Naomi Gardner. Jacori Kirel Shalik Gary. Jayla Alyssa Gibbs. Charles Ethan Gillian. Honesty Sherelle Godfrey. Jamon LaQuint Golden Jr. Marin Reese Gowan. Taziria Rontavia Griffin. Jonathan Guevara Gonzalez. Brian Guevara Hernandez. Nadia Angelique Harris. Jacob Samuel Alexander Holland. William Lee Hollingsworth Jr. Ethan Rashawn Holmes. Ariana Zakia Hunter. Fernando Noe Izquierda. Zaisha Ayana James. Kanaya Atasia Sade Johnson. Timarvis Naquinte Taekwon Johnson. Javon Kivarius Jones. Kinley Alexis Kelly. Dana Anita Kynard. Danny O'Neill Kynard V. Gavin Blake Kynard. Jalen Michael Kuhn. Andrew Blaine Kirkendall. Mary Caitlin Lane. Alex Carter Laws. Emily Grace Lindler. Juan Manuel Lopez Cornelio. Shamika Lakeisha Amanda Lyles. Shirley Diane Marshall. Jordan Lynn Marthers. Jose Elizondo Martinez. Cuprasia Sayer Macaulay. Alexis Kindynasty Shanice McGowan. Kaylin Hope McKittrick. Dallas Brianna McIver. Arlicha Ashanti Mims. Eric Hayden Minor. Abigail Ann Morris. Montravius Trayshawn Mosley. Delia Summer Mullinax. Matthew Thomas Nelson. Taylor Janiyah Nelson. Shamia LaShawn Noel. Dayani Itzelt Ortez Vieira. Erica Nicole Orvin. Catherine Maria Osborne. Tyra Janae Owens. Aurelie Pacheco Elizondo. Keishan Kalpesh Patel. Brianna Haley Patterson. Michael Anthony Patterson. Trinity Elizabeth Paulson. Cora Leanne Peabody. Savion Deshawn Peterson. Davidson Alexander Pitts. Jada Nycaitlin Pitts. Peyton Earl Pitts. Christopher Colin Price. Damian Allen Price. Peyton Denea Price Walker. Ethan Michael Pritchard. Lily Marie Randall. Caleb James Rennie. Eli Martin Reynolds. Erica Kiana Richard. Caleb Jamori Richardson. Eric Gustavo Roberts Culpepper. Arnesia Jacarika Robinson. William Michael Ruth Jr. James Trent Roth. Jameer Trayvon Rouse. Macaulay Edward Sasser. Bryson Scott Satterfield. Nishaya Simone Scott. India Kiori Shelton. Takia Shania Shelton. Cameron William Shockley. Ariel Elaine Smith. Bryson Cody Smith. William Andrew Snow, Jr. And Tavion Omarion Speaks. Landon Cole Steele. Colin Ray Stewart. Trevino Zamir Jayashton Suber. Kiana Nayel Sullivan. Grayson Claire Taylor. Micah Peyton Thacker. Tyrone Eugene Thomas, Jr. Zachary Knight Thompson. Ethan Bryce Tollison. Yasmin Imari Tribble. Jalen Savannah Tucker. Zaria Camille Tucker. Layla Gabrielle Vance. Christiana Marie Walker. Jakota Lynn Wall. Trevante Finley Watson. Alexis Danielle Watts. Shanatez Sandrea Watts. Luke Creighton White. Shaquanez Laisha Olivia Wicker. Madeline Lauren Wilkie. Davis Julian Wilson. Cadence Lane Wilson. Naomi Faye Womble. Cheryl Madison Woody. Jacob James Youngblood.